Seele's first rerun banner is here, alongside Topaz and Numby. This will be a quick guide covering her best Lightcones, Relics, and Teamcomps for the most damage. Let's start with her best Lightcones. So, Seele follows the path of the hunt. That leaves us with a few strong options. Firstly, her signature in the night will be her best in-slot, but cruising in the Stellar Sea is her second best option by far, only averaging 3% less damage at S5 and 17% less damage at S1, so it's best to superimpose as much as you can through the Herda shop. Other than those two options, Swordplay is a strong option at S5, it's still usable at S1, but it will be a little worse. Also, Silence Remains is usable, it'll perform equally to Swordplay. Now onto her best relic sets and stats. So Seele's element is Quantum, meaning that her best set is 4-piece Genius of Brilliant Stars, the Quantum damage set, as it gives bonus Quantum damage and defense ignore. If you don't have a decent 4-piece set, however, then 2-piece Quantum, 2-piece Musketeer is another fine option. The main stats for the body should always be crit rate or crit damage, whichever gets you closer to a 70-140 crit ratio, and the boots should always be attack percent. She needs very little speed, only about 13 speed, coming from substats. As for the Planar Ornaments, Riddlin Arena is her best by a good amount, but you have to hit that minimum 70% crit rate, and it's the reason I recommend to get at least a 70-140 crit ratio specifically. If you don't have decent Riddlin Arena pieces, then Space Sealing Station is also usable, but not nearly as good. The main stats for the Planar Sphere should always be quantum damage, nothing else, and the rope should always be attack percent. Seele does not need energy regen. Finally, onto her best team comps. So since she is a hunt DPS character, then Hyper Carry is her highest damage team. More specifically, Seele, Silverwolf, Bronya, and Fushuan. Bronya is her ideal teammate, as Seele can utilize more of Bronya's ult buff because of how often she goes, but you can replace Bronya with Tingyan or Silverwolf with Asta or Pela. This team will usually have the fastest clear cycles in MOC. Other than a Hyper Carry, Mono Quantum, involving Seele, Silverwolf, Lynx, and Fushuan, is a very strong option, especially when Silverwolf's element implant will always choose Quantum, making the Quantum set more reliable and ignore more defense. A dual DPS team is also a strong option, but Seele is very skill point hungry, so Blade is really the best option for this slot as he's very SP positive. So that's it for the Seele quick guide. Also, I'm still seeing people confused about how to pronounce Seele's name, so let me just...
Hey, I'm Seele.